Hey everybody, I thought I would do another video. The last one I did on Facebook was about January 6th, and that was pretty crazy and erratic. I just want to move forward, and I want to talk to you a little bit about kind of where things are with me. I want to talk about some different kinds of homelessness and what I'm going to be doing next. So I know my posts are usually pretty long, and they can be confusing in the way I write and things like that. And doing videos is hard. We used to do them in college back when YouTube came out. To get everything out in an eloquent way in the time allotted without talking too fast is very hard. So this is me doing it now. So I want to talk about a few different kinds of homelessness, and first I'll start with what I call the long distance runners or your marathon homeless people. These people have been homeless for at least 5 years. Typically they're older. They're in their late 40s up to 70s. These people usually are pretty dirty. They're the panhandlers you see on the side of the street. These are your typical, kind of homeless people that when you recognize a homeless person in your mind, that's the kind of person you're thinking about. They often smell alcohol. They probably have drug problems. They probably have mental health issues. They're probably not trying to get their medications at all anymore. They might have a shopping cart. They might be living in a tent. These are the people that, in your mind, you say, "Oh, that's a homeless person." No doubt about it. That's the people, and you'll run into these different groups of homeless people intersect at different times. I saw lots of these people at the soup kitchen and at the homeless shelter. Um, and it can be a very scary environment when you're sleeping in the dark, kind of in the dark, with a whole bunch of people that are a lot older than you, a lot more experienced on the street. Anyway, the next type of person I want to talk about that's homeless would be the kind I was in Denver. And this is that you're not homeless passable. Okay, so you're not homeless passable means you can't tell that you're homeless. If you see me in the mall, you have no idea that I'm homeless. And that was what I was always striving for jobs, for my self pride, for you know, um, just to make it through the day, so my physical appearance didn't get too bad. The wear and tear takes on your body and everything. And right now, like I would love to shave. I would love to do stuff like that, but I can't. I'm doing this video, by the way, for you in the laundry room. Here's the washing machine that my father has. Um, there's no water. I have been in this house, I think, over a week now. I don't have many clothes. Clothes I do have, I can't wash this washing machine. How am I supposed to go get a job and feel good about a job interview if I can't even have something clean to wear? So think about that. Also, my social security card, I'm having to replace for the fourth time. Do I want to have it sent to the address here? Not really. But let me go back on to not homeless, passable people. So you can't really tell these people are homeless. You've probably seen them, didn't even know it, no matter where you live. This kind of person, only 3 people ever in my time in Denver for about 6 months ever noticed or observed or said anything. It was a security guard, a hotel front desk person, and an Uber driver. And all 3 times, the giveaway was, if you remember my pictures on Facebook, the early part of, I might have a picture on there, I don't really know. But I had my hat. So when I left my apartment, I had one thing that was lightweight, collapsible, and could give me a lot of strength because I put on a new hat, I'm a new person, change my shirt, I'm ready for a new day, even if I woke up in a bathroom. That would have been my hats. They were all collapsible and they were stacked at the top and looped to the top of my book bag loop. You see that? It could be an indication that person has nowhere else to put their hats, so that's why you see that. I hate to give away the secret, but that's what happened to me. Yeah, so the hat's a typical day for a not homeless passable person. You could wake up at the homeless shelter. You could go have breakfast at 7-Eleven. Breakfast at the homeless shelter was available, but it was always a hard thing for me. It was one of the hardest parts about being homeless because they wake you up at 6 a.m. You got to be up by 6:20. So you better shower the night before, but the showers there are not safe because you can't see where you're putting your stuff, like your towel and all your belongings. You've got to turn a corner at the Denver place. At the day homeless shelter, you can keep an eye on it the entire time you're on the shower. So that's where I would shower. And you'll wake up, you get outside the building, and I don't know why they made us do this. That's why I hated doing breakfast there. But you have to stand outside for about 30 to 45 minutes in the winter. And this is, it's 6 a.m. The sun's kind of coming up. And you're looking at the buildings downtown Denver. The people that have jobs, they're probably still asleep, doing breakfast with their kids, whatever. Like, you want to be them people. That's why you went to college. That's why you graduated. That's why you interned for free. But you can't. You're at the homeless shelter. And, they have you wait around the line outside and then they bring you in and you have to scan that clarity card again. I don't know why it's that way. It seemed like you could just go from inside the building to breakfast without having to go outside, but that's how it is. So a typical day, you wake up, I would wake up and it was kind of dark for 7-Eleven, go to the Union Station, I would find, a train or somewhere to be. I would find a library, maybe a different one, so I'm not becoming a frequent flyer at the library that's homeless or not homeless passable. And then when you're at the library, you're gonna stay warm, you're gonna charge your cell phone, you're going to keep up with medical and dental care, appointments and errands and forms and questionnaires and phone calls. And at one point, I think I had a therapist appointment I was waiting on. It's just, I didn't have somewhere to sleep 7 nights a week, but I had a therapist that we were going to build Medicaid for. Other programs, there's work programs, jobs, keeping up with your tickets. So you're using your bus tickets every day. How are you going to have plans to go get your next bus ticket? And as far as with work, I want to say this. Everybody that's maybe a little older than me, I want you to pay attention to this. So most people that I'm Facebook friends with are probably from my life that I had elsewhere besides Denver on the East Coast. And you're probably more familiar with besides Charlotte, North Carolina. So I want you to imagine you're staying with a friend, right, in Matthews on Tuesday night. You're going to be at work on Wednesday morning. Maybe it's uptown in Charlotte, okay? You have plans to get there, but then you don't have time to think about where you're going to be staying the next night. And the next night you might be in Huntersville. You could be in Kannapolis. How are you going to get to that same job, which is probably not, a high-paying job, but it is a job, right? So how are you going to get to that job when you don't have time to figure out where you're going to be going because you don't have the days it takes to collect your pay to get housing? So that was my biggest issue with work and employment, besides getting robbed of my Social Security card, because every time I would get that, and this is the number 4 time I'm working to do that, how do you, report to the job and do it with confidence? I remember there was a night, it was like 8:30 p.m. on a Friday night. It was raining, actually, and I was downtown Denver near the tallest buildings, and I was just like, I'd work anywhere, but I don't know how I would get there. I don't know, it was just logistically, how are you going to spend the time you're not at work to be able to report back to work when you don't have a place to live? Just thinking about that. That's why I never went to work one day. That one day. That was it. It sucks. It took a very long time to get that opportunity. I had to, be waitlisted and everything like that. What else about non-passable homeless people? So a typical day, you'd be at the library in the late afternoon. If you don't go to lunch at 7-Eleven, you might go to lunch at Whole Foods, maybe a grocery store. Whole Foods is going to be the only one that has like a dining room. Prices are going to be higher, so it's like a special occasion. And that's why you want to be non-passable homeless, because the obvious, your marathon long distance runners, that's why they have security at Whole Foods to just keep an eye on those people. I'll put it nicely. And then in the late afternoon, you're going to start looking for accommodations. You're going to really hustle on, okay, I've got my business of the day taken care of. I know I'm going to the doctor next, or I know I'm, whatever job situation thing you had to do, to go get to work, or maybe it's going to get clothes for a job. Did that a few times, and then the job fell through or something happened. The Blue Crew app was something I did. I registered for. I had the Social Security card uploaded from when I had scanned it before. So how many people out here have their Social Security card digitally, have a place to live, but have also a Social Security card digitally, or 5 times COVID vaccinated? I was. Not that I'm bragging, but I'm just saying, I did everything I could to prepare for the inevitable. I still couldn't report to work because where was I going to go from night to night? And I just couldn't obligate myself to take care of myself for a job when I didn't know. I didn't want to just sign up for a job and not be able to go to it. You know what I mean? So in the late afternoon, you're gonna find accommodations. Hopefully, best case would be another guy like you, another guy you already know, maybe a guy that you knew before you were homeless. That would be great. I'm at 9 minutes. I don't know how long the Facebook limit is. So I'm going to stop this video when I finish talking about not passable homeless people, or I'm just going to hurry up. So in the late afternoon, you can't find accommodations with a guy like you, somebody you knew before, or somebody that's very similar to you, somebody that you kind of have a shared interest in trusting, because you could take stuff from him, he could take stuff from you. But if you got $30, he's got $30, maybe you get a cheap hotel room. Going to have some outline rules beforehand on what's going to happen and not happen, and then you'll be in good shape. And then after that happens a couple times, you guys are going to be friends, or you'll just be buddies. So that was great. That was great that I had that kinship. After that, you can be doing a shower and a shave And this is where I'm going to stop the video because of the time limit.